Naka-uwi na si VP Inday Sara Duterte. And what shall we expect? More attacks from Sara Duterte, Inday Sara Duterte. More attacks kay Tatay Digong, yon nasa Netherlands siya ngayon under the custody of ICC. Or, ano po? Kayo bahala. What do you expect? Ngayon, nasa Pilipinas na si Inday Sara Duterte. Tuloy ang impeachment. Tuloy ang banat kay kaso ni Tatay Digong dyan sa ICC. Tuloy ang election. Tuloy pa rin ang mga issues laban kay Duterte Group at saka laban kay sa opposite side sa Marcos administration. Ito po si Nico Fabian, nandito na naman po sa NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico, and today is a Monday and we have some topics to discuss. No? We are going to discuss some issues regarding kay Tatay Digong, regarding the impeachment of VP Sara Duterte, and tungkol din po sa ano nangyari kay President Bongbong Marcos Jr. Bumalik na si Inday Sara sa Pilipinas, and nasaan si Bongbong Marcos? Yan mga topics or some issues that we are going to discuss, and we will see, no? Kung may answers ba itong mga issues that we will be discussing in this program, NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico. Before going any further, once again, I would like to say magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Salamat pagi, salamat patang, and salamat malam to all our friends dito po sa Malaysia, dito sa West Malaysia, dyan po sa Sabah, East Malaysia. Ang dalawang states natin po sa East Malaysia, ang Sabah at saka ang Sarawak. Ang dami din po mga Filipinos. Dito din sa West Malaysia, ang dami din tayong mga Filipinos who are legally working and staying dito po sa Malaysia. And welcome sa inyong lahat. And stay tuned lang tayo po. We will try, or I will try my very best to give you mga noticias, mga news that you deserve. No? That you deserve, especially now that we are on the way na tayo po dyan sa midterm election schedule on May 12. May 12 po. Mga kandidato, busy every day for 45 days since March 28 hanggang May 10 yun po, no? Busy mga local candidates natin, nag-sorties, no? Sorties sila, kampanya sila mga diferente lugar dyan sa Pilipinas, ang mga constituents nila, no? They are trying to explain bakit kailangan na suportahan ang candidacy nila, no? As a mayor, as a vice mayor, as a councilor, as a assemblyman ng probinsya, as a governor, vice governor, as congressman. And of course, we have a vacancy of 12 senators in the Philippines. 12 senators yan po. And of course, the 12 senators, both of the parties, strong parties po, no? The Marcoses and the Dutertes, both are campaigning for straight votes. Both are saying that they need straight votes po. So that, according to the group of Bongbong Marcos, President Bongbong Marcos, they need straight votes. They need all their candidates to win, because they are all gear up na sila po to give a better life to the Filipinos and the development to the country called Philippines. On the other side naman po, ang Duterte camp, ang PDP laban, ang opposition, they are also shouting and asking ang mga Filipinos, especially qualified voters, to go and vote straight sa partido nila, PDP Laban, and of course, their guest candidates po. In order that nothing will happen to VP or Vice President Inday Sara Duterte, because she's now being impeached by the Congress. And you know, this impeachment exercise is a political exercise And it's a game of numbers. Game of numbers po. If karamihan will vote for the impeachment of Inday Sara Duterte, find her guilty of the alleged corruption cases, allegations brought forward to her, then she will be disqualified. She will be removed as vice president, and she will be disqualified forever for holding any government or public positions mo. And the only way for her not to be removed as a vice president of the Philippines is to make sure that the 20th Congress, at ang 12 senators, bagong senators, after the midterm elections, are all supporting the Duterte party. By doing so, by having a strong support or majority of this Congress belonging to or supporting to the Dutertes, then definitely po, both Congress and Senate definitely po will vote for non-conviction of Inday Sara Duterte during the impeachment trial scheduled on July 30. July 30. So, kayo na bahala, mga voters. I'm very sure Filipinos are matured, Filipinos are intelligent, and Filipinos have seen, we have seen what kind of elected leaders we have, what kind of elected leaders we have. If you believe that the present incumbent leaders in the Philippines now, mga senador, the congressmen, the local politicians elected politicians, are really doing their part, protecting the interests and welfare of every Filipinos and bringing prosperity to the country, then go ahead, re-elect them. But in the event, and it is very obvious, na wala talaga po nangyari, since 2022, nothing is really concrete happening in terms of developments, in terms of changes dyan sa Pilipinas po. Even kami dito sa Malaysia, mga Filipino communities in Malaysia, we noticed that. And based on previous elections, Malaysia is a Duterte country. A Duterte country po. Not only because most of us or Filipinos belongs to Mindanao, but because we, the Filipino communities in Malaysia, especially in Sabah, we believe the kind of leadership Tatay Digong and the siblings and those who align with the Duterte, the kind of leadership they've shown to us, and we want continuity. That's why we are supporting the Duterte candidates po. We are supporting the Duterte candidate. For one, I can tell you po, I go for Duterte. I go for Duterte. I have a lot of reasons po. And one of the reasons, very top priority reason ko po is that nakikita ko po, medyo mahina talaga ang developments dyan sa Pilipinas under the leadership of our incumbent president, si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. I hate to say sorry, but respect to our president, yes, I'm sorry, Mr. President. I'm not happy with your performance. Alright, let's move on sa natin po, sa topic natin ngayon. And first thing first, umuwi na po si Inday Sara Duterte dyan sa Pilipinas. And she arrived in the Philippines last night, dyan po sa Ninoy International Airport, and dyan po she was on board the Emirates airline, and she arrived 9-something, if I'm not mistaken. She arrived 9-something, and she's back already in the Philippines after more than or slightly over 1 month or a month dyan po sa Hague, where she followed a day after her father, si Tatay Digong, was turned over to the custody of ICC dyan po sa Netherlands, sa Netherlands. So, ngayon, bumalik na siya. And you should remember, every time she goes and visit ang tatay niya po, or the former president of the Philippines, si Tatay Digong would always remind her not to leave the country. Go back to the country. Do not leave the Filipinos. They need you. They need us. But ang answer naman ni VP Sara or Inday Sara Duterte, kailangan pa ko dito. I will arrange ang legal team mo dito, ninyo dito po. And as soon as I finish my work, then I'm going back to the Philippines. And sabi ni Inday Sara Duterte, nothing to worry because multi-tracking siya po, no? Ang style of work of Inday Sara Duterte po, it doesn't mean that if she's out from the country, stop na lahat ang trabaho sa Office of the Vice President. Hindi po. Remember, when she went to Germany the other day, tapos may typhoon, see, how ang mga tao ni VP Sara, kasi ano si VP Sara ang management niya po is very good, at saka mga tao niya is very good po, no? May sistema talaga sila po. They don't just simply abandon their responsibilities, no? And wala tayong problema since 1 month na ba yun, or slightly over 1 month, si Inday Sara nasa Netherlands attending to the problem of her father, si Tatay Digong po. Wala tayong narinig problema sa Office of the Vice President po. No? In fact, ang rating niya po tumaas pa tungkol sa against ang rating and approval rating ni Bongbong Marcos, ang presidente natin. But anyway, okay, let's move on. And first thing first, I would like to, ito na po, I'm announcing na bumalik na po si Inday Sara po sa Pilipinas. And according to the news, impeached Philippine Vice President Sara Duterte has returned home after nearly a month at her father's side in The Hague, where he is facing a charge of crimes against humanity, her communication team said Monday, or today ito po. My job here is done, she told reporters ahead of her departure, saying former Philippine President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's legal team was now set and she had filled the last document needed at the International Criminal Court. The Vice President added that the family no longer intend to seek financial aid to pay for her father's defense. If we need to sell things to support our financial needs, we will do that, sabi ni Inday Sara Duterte. Rodrigo Duterte was arrested on March 11 and whisked away the same day to the Netherlands based on tribunal to face charges tied to his drug war in which thousands of mostly poor men were reportedly killed. Daughter Sara followed him to The Hague immediately after and had been coordinating his legal affairs and acting as his mouthpiece, holding a number of press conferences outside the court building. She landed at Manila's International Airport on Sunday night. It means yesterday po, no? Sunday night. According to her communications team, the Vice President returns as her family's PDP Laban Party is lagging in polls ahead of May midterm election that will determine 12 Senate seats and thousands of smaller positions across the archipelago nation of 117 million people. The Duterte clan is embroiled in a bitter feud with President Ferdinand Marcos, a one-time ally and Sara's running mate in the 2022 presidential campaign, which they won in a landslide. cracks in their short-lived alliance appeared almost as soon as they won, when Duterte was handed the education portfolio after lobbying to oversee defense. Since then, a simmering feud has exploded into open warfare, with the two political dynasties attacking each other publicly, including the elder Duterte labeling Marcos as drug addict. Among the charges is an alleged plot to assassinate Marcos tied to public comments she has dismissed as venting frustration at the administration's policies. Her Senate trial is set to take place following the May 12 midterm elections, the result of which will determine who served as her juries. If convicted, Sara, or the Vice President, would be barred from holding public office. Ayan po. Yan po ang notisya. This is the news that I want to pass to my followers dito po sa Malaysia. Hindi lang po sa Malaysia, mga overseas Filipino workers, ang kababayan ko po, ang mga Malaysian friends ko po, and friends belonging to other nationalities who are in Malaysia, and our countrymen in other countries outside the Philippines, no? Overseas Filipino workers. These are the things that I want to pass to you po, because I believe you deserve. You deserve to know anong latest developments dyan po sa kaso ni Tatay Digong. Alright, footages. I want to share with you po itong footage ngayon about the return of Inday Sara Duterte. Inday Sara Duterte po, no? Sa Pilipinas. Saan na ito? Alright, saan na yun, ha? Support at ICC, Attorney Sara impeachment, Cheese, Sara nasa, okay. Saan na yun? Ang news report. We'll see ang news report muna, ha? Hold on. Hindi ito. Alright. Yeah, I will share with you itong news report po. Nandito. You hold on, ha? You hold on.
Tatanungin ng opisyal ng pamahalaan sa Senate hearing kaugnay ng pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ito ang kinumpirma sa isang panayam ni Senate President Francis Jesus Cordero. Ngunit sa halip na Martes, April 8, isasagawa ng pagdinig sa Webes, April 10. Hindi masabi ng Senate President kung sino ang mga siguradong pupunta sa pagdinig. Batay naman sa isang panayam kay Senator Amy Marcos, isa umano si Justice Secretary Crispin Remulla sa mga tiyak na dadalo. Ayon pa kay Escudero, hiling din ng senatora na hindi dapat mawala si Police Major General Nicolas Torre III, ang direktor ng Philippine National Police Criminal Investigation and Detection Group o PNP-CIDG na siyang nanguna sa operasyon. Paliwanag pa ni Senator Escudero, hindi na kailangang maglabas ng subpoena para tumalo ang mga resource person. Gayunman, maaaring nilang gamitin o invoke ang kanilang executive privilege kapag sasagot sa mga tanong sa pagdinig. Nauna na rin sinabi ni Senator Amy Marcos na mahalaga ang presensya ng mga government officials sa Senate hearing upang magbigay linaw sa mga issue at mga tanong na lumitaw mula sa unang pagdinig kaugnay ng pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Duterte. Asher Kadapan Jr.
Yan po ang statement ni Senate President Jesus Escudero regarding yan po sa third hearing ng Senate Committee spearheaded by Senator Amy Marcos po tungkol sa aresto ni Tatay Digong last March 11. So tuloy po ang third hearing. Instead of tomorrow, April 8, it will be on April 10. Yun po ang sabi ang news, no? Sabi ang news. Alright, saan ito? Alright, then next go to our next footage natin po regarding sa impeachment ni Inday Sara Duterte. Let's listen to this. Hold on, ha? Let's listen to this.
Depende sa kung ano yung magiging pasya ng Senate Impeachment Court kung kinakailangan bang padaluhin si Vice President Sara Duterte sa paglilitis o hindi. Ngunit pagtitiyak naman ni Senate President Francis Escudero, irerespeto ang Vice Presidente kung dadalo ito sa impeachment trial. Subalit naniniwala ang isang miyembro ng House Prosecution Panel na si House Deputy Majority Leader Iloilo 3rd District Representative Lawrence Defensor pinakamainam para kay VP Duterte at sa publiko na humarap siya ng personal sa Senate impeachment trial. Ito ay dahil kung hindi ito magpapakita, ay maaaring mga hulugan nitong may iniiwasan o may tinatago umano ang Vice Presidente. Pagrespeto rin sa proseso ng impeachment trial ang pagharap sa paglilitis ng pangalawang Pangulo. 7 articles of impeachment ang inihain ng House of Representatives laban kay VP Duterte. Kabilang na yung pagbabanta sa Pangulo, First Lady at House Speaker. Kaya din ang sinisilip na irregularidad sa paggastos nito ng confidential funds ng Office of the Vice President at ang Department of Education sa ilalim ng termino ni VP Sara. Dagdag pa ni Congressman Defensor, ang habol nila ay makita na ang isang mataas na opisyal ng pamahalaan ay karapat-dapat na manatili sa pwesto o dapat nang maalis dahil sa kanyang mga pagkakamali. Sa katapusan pa ng Hulyo, inaasahang makumpisa ang trial proper batay sa proposed calendar ni Senate President Escudero. Dati nang binanggit ni VP Duterte na kung papayagan man siya na huwag nang dumalo sa paglilitis, hindi na lang siya dadalo dahil baka niya maka-intimidate ang kanyang presensya. Balik sa'yo, Aga.
Alright, yun po ang video clip, report, galing po dyan po sa Manila, sa mainstream media natin po ang Philstar. Next, our, sabihin natin, video clip that I want to share with you sa mga followers ko po dito sa NikTok, The Real Talk with Nico, is tungkol po itong, when Inday Sara nandun po, early days niya yun po na nasa Netherlands, at saka si Tatay Digong when he was handed over to the custody of the International Criminal Court po, no? Mayroon mga rumors po and mayroon mga dumating mga police authorities and mga supporters ni Duterte. They tried to secure ang bahay ni Tatay Digong dyan po sa Davao dahil po mayroon mga news na pupunta, may warrant ang mga authorities to go and check ang properties ni Tatay Digong and freeze it, frozen, to be frozen. Now, mayroon ditong full video clip, interview po I managed to record and I will be sharing with you now. And ito po ang comments, ang statement coming from Attorney Conti po, no, ng human rights po, si Attorney Conti. Let's listen to the statement of Attorney Conti. Sana yun, 126. Hold on, ha. Ito po, let's listen to this. Sandali, ha. If I can make it full screen sana, no? Maganda sana, no? Mag full screen tayo, eh. But anyway, I will try to see kung kaya ba ito. Hold on. 126. Andito po.
Sure, the ICC can issue a search warrant because that would be a local process. In any case, what I know is that the ICC will ask for the identification of properties of an accused. So sa ngayon, sa totoo lang, hindi pa naman siya accused. Wala pa yung charges. You have to wait for September. Pero by that time, and actually as early as now, there should be identification of the properties so that in the end, when it comes to reparations, there would be sufficient property or money to give out to the victims. Importante yung dulo kasi baka mamaya na-dispal ko na o nawala na yung properties niya na nung simula pa naman meron pala siya with the view na ang tunguhin sa dulo walang makuha yung mga biktima. Kaya yung identification of the properties and eventual freezing of the properties, mukhang malaki ang tulong na hihingi nila sa local government. And that would be, in this case, the Philippine government. The request we expect to have been given already. Simula nung makilala siya, request na rin na i-identify sa minimum ang kanyang mga ari-arian.
Okay, so if he is
Alright, yun po si Atty. Conti explaining or sharing ang ano niya, ang ideas niya tungkol the frozening of the properties of Tatay Digong, ni Tatay Digong. So yun po, ang updates natin na tungkol sa property ni Tatay Digong on the possibility whether his properties will be frozen dahil po may kaso pa siya dyan sa ICC, no? Dyan sa ICC. Alright. That, you notice, from day 1, March 11, hanggang ngayon po, tuloy pa rin ang mga diehards, mga supporters ni Tatay Digong, those supporters ng DDS, and those supporters ng ibang kampo doon, tapos they moved to the camp of Tatay Digong dahil po they were not happy with what happened, no? With what happened to the former president si Tatay Digong na now under the custody of the ICC po, undergoing itong alleged case against crimes against humanity. So, ang daming tao po, no? Ang daming mga Filipinos na really they're not happy with what happened to Tatay Digong. Bakit ang gobyerno extended assistance to foreign authority to bring Tatay Digong, the former president of the Philippines, dyan po sa Netherlands, and handed over to him sa custody ng ICC. So, even dyan po sa ICC, even until today, even yesterday, even last week po, tuloy-tuloy po ang support po dyan sa ICC. And mga Filipinos, no? From nearby areas in countries po, they go down to Netherlands and show the support of for Tatay Digong. This time around, I'm going to share with you itong sabihin natin report dyan po sa ICC compound or outside the ICC detention facility po. Medyo mahina ang ano natin, no? Ang ano ito? Sandali. Nandito po. Let's listen to this.
Nagkakantahan, may kainan, at ice cream pa. Parang mga nagpipiknik lamang ang nagtipon sa labas ng ICC Detention Center sa The Hague, Netherlands. Pero mga supporters sila ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na mula sa iba't ibang panig ng Europa at Amerika.
Hindi tayo
Gaya ng dati, nakapag-apply sila ng permit para magsagawa ng malaking demonstrasyon sa lugar na binabalak na araw nilang gawing lingguhan. Tinawag na nga rin nila itong Duterte Park.
Hindi talaga namin gustong bakante itong lugar na dito sa may harap ng ICC. Until he is free, we will be here. We will keep on organizing. We will keep on protesting the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte.
Walang kaanak ng dating Pangulong pumunta sa pagtitipon. Pero bago umuwi ng Pilipinas, may biro na lang si Vice President Sara Duterte.
Usually, napapangalan ng mga parks at mga kalsada pag makulang, patay na ang tao. But I'm happy that even if President Duterte is still alive and well, he already has a park. Pero sigurado ako, knowing my father, he would want na yung Duterte Park na yan ay nasa loob ng Pilipinas at hindi sa loob ng the Netherlands.
Bukod sa mga Pinoy abroad, kapansin-pansin din ang mga foreigner na sumasali sa protesta.
Although we physically can't go in the prison, I'm sure it's a very lonely place for the former president to be there. From what I understand, he has quite a small cell.
Paglilinaw naman ang tagapagsalita ng International Criminal Court, hindi makakapekto sa kasong kinakaharap ng dating Pangulo ang kaliwat-kanang demonstrasyon o protesta.
We fully respect the rights of the people to show their own feelings, to show their support or not to certain individuals, but we need to understand that that has nothing to do with the judicial. The ICC judges can only take into account what is in the files before them, what is the evidence that is presented, and what is the applicable law. That's what leads a decision.
Nitong nakaraang linggo, naglabas ang ICC ng proposed application process para sa mga biktima. Nakapaloob dito ang gagawing klasifikasyon sa kanila sa mga grupong A, B at C. Papasok sa Group A yung mga malinaw na biktima at otomatikong kwalipikado ng lumuhok sa mga pagdinig. Sa Group B, yung mga hindi biktima, kaya rejected ang application. Habang sa Group C, yung mga hindi malinaw ang kaugnayan sa kaso at isa-isa sa ilalim sa assessment. Sa patakaran ng ICC, prosekusyon ang tutukoy ng ipepresenta sa court investigations. Hindi rin otomatikong testigo ang mga biktima. Katunayan, bihira pang araw na iyaharap bilang witness sa mga biktima. Pinahihintulutan din ng ICC na abogadong kumatawan sa mga biktima at may sapat na security measures para sa sino mang makikiisa, magbibigay ng ebidensya o tetestigo. Kasabay nito, siniguro ng ICC na maayos ang pag-handle nila sa kalusugan ni former PRRD kahit hindi pinayagang ipasok ang mga gamot nito mula sa Pilipinas.
The ICC takes all the necessary measures to ensure the physical and psychological well-being of all the detainees. We ensure all the medical facilities that are necessary for the protection of the health of all the detainees.
Tiniyak ng ICC na bukas sila sa musyon ng kahit sinong kampo kaugnay sa kaso ni dating Pangulong Duterte hanggang bagong confirmation of charges sa Setyembre. Sa bandang huli kasi, magdedesisyonan pa rin naman ito ng korte. Mula nito sa The Hague, Netherlands, ako, Simon Gualvez, para sa 1PH.
Okay, that's it. Nakita ninyo po kung paano mga supporters ni Tatay Digong dyan po sa Netherlands. Hanggang ngayon po, tuloy na tuloy. Tuloy ang gatherings nila po, and they have no plans to stop hanggang bumalik na po si Tatay Digong sa Pilipinas. Yun po how determined, no? And how much they really love si Tatay Digong. Hindi lang sila po. Kami din po dito sa Malaysia. Ganon din po ang respeto namin kay Tatay Digong. Ganon din po ang pagka-committed kami to support ang Tatay Digong at saka support ang leadership that he has shown to us, no? Habang siya ang presidente ng Pilipinas, and until now po how is very concerned ang future ng Pilipinas, ang future ng mga Pilipinos, and ang mga next generations natin po, no, dyan sa Pilipinas. Alright? So, touching on the, sabihin natin, ang health aspect of Tatay Digong po dyan habang sa loob siya ng custodiya or sa detention center sa ICC po dyan sa Netherlands. Ano kaya ang latest developments dyan po? And let's listen to this report po. To this report.
I mentioned it's a freezing 5 degrees Celsius morning here in the Hague, Netherlands. Tama ka? Sinagot na nga rin ni Vice President Sara Duterte yung kumakalat na text message last week about the health condition of her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, with regard to the medicines na hindi pinapasok from the Philippines dito nga sa ICC Detention Center. Hindi naman kasi sila naniniwala dito na for every sickness or yung sakit, gamot agad ang ibinibigay ng mga Dutch medical professionals. So they assured us, they assured the family rather, na well taken care of naman daw ang health ni former President dito sa The Hague. There's also one instance na they are requesting for a wheelchair pero hindi pinayagan ng mga ICC personnel or ICC detention cell personnel dahil gusto nila na tumayo at ma-exercise daw yung muscles ng former president. So, yun yung mga bagay na inaayos at the same time talagang sinisiguro naman daw na ICC detention center. Pinangahawakan na lamang ng family or ng Duterte camp right now.
Why did the spokesperson...
Alright, klaro, very clear, no? Okay naman ang health aspect of Tatay Digong, and except that mayroon mga restrictions din po sa loob ng detention center ng sa ICC. And in fact, you heard it very loudly, very clear, na there was a time wherein he requested for a wheelchair, And he was not given wheelchair because the facility authorities dyan po, no, sa ICC, they want that ang suspect ba yun? Or ang inmate nila po will move their muscles po, no? That is also good reason, no? At least you can move your muscles. In fact, kasi Tatay Digong is allowed to go out from his room? We don't call it cell siguro. From his room and go out and do some exercise. But jokingly, sabi nga ni VP Sara in one of her previous interviews, sabi daw ni Digong, he doesn't want to go out because baka dumiretso na lang siya sa gate, no? Dumiretso na siya sa gate. Anyway, okay, yun po. And as what I said earlier, bumalik na, naka-uwi na si Inday Sara Duterte sa Pilipinas, and nasaan na si President Bongbong Marcos Jr. po. Before we will touch on a question on kung nasaan si President Bongbong Marcos, let me share you itong konting maganda ito, video clip ni idol ko po, si Ted Filon. You listen to this. Maganda po. Listen tayo po. Let's listen to this. Si Ted Filon. You hold on, You hold on. Hold on, Alright, nandito po. Hold on.
Mo ang iyong salaysay sa isang kasinungalingan. Ito'y manganganak ng ilang pang kasinungalingan na siyang
Hold on, okay.
sa iyo.
Sandali, Alright.
Kapag sinimulan mo ang iyong salaysay,
Sandali.
Pag sinimulan mo ang iyong salaysay sa isang kasinungalingan, ito'y manganganak ng ilang pang kasinungalingan na siyang magbabaon sa iyo sa pumunoy ng kasinungalingan. Kapag nangako ka sa mamamayan ng bagay na hindi mo naman kayang gawin, siguradong manganganak pa ito ng mga pangako na siyang maglulubog sa iyo sa kumunoy ng mga pangako na puno rin ng kasinungalingan.
Alright, yun po ang maganda ang mensahe, komentaryo ni Ted Filon po, no? Ni Ted Filon. He was a former congressman in Philippines, and he's a famous media commentator, and he got a TV program po every morning from Monday to Friday po, 6 a.m. hanggang 10 a.m. And the program is anchoring is called Ted Filon with DJ Shasha po, no? Maganda. That's good. Anyway, the question is, where is President Bongbong Marcos? Why did they raise this question po? Dahil na-notice ang mga tao sa social media po na may mga schedule siya ang campaign sorties to be held in Mindanao, particularly in Cotabato, Jensan, Conoradal, and saan pa yun? Isang area pa dyan po sa near Cotabato, but hindi dumating o na-cancel po ang sorties ni Alyansa para sa Bagong Pilipinas po. Dahil may sakit ba siya? Dahil apprehensive sila, takot sila to go to Mindanao, baka they're going to be disappointed and put to shame, like what happened dyan po sa Cotabato, when people heard that Bongbong Marcos and the group are coming to attend this KCC inaugural mall, inaugural ceremony of KCC Mall dyan sa Cotabato the other day. Now, people were shouting, Duterte, Duterte. Kung dumating po ang grupo ni Marcos, parang mahirap na po. Nakakahiya yun po, no? Just like what happened to former Senator Laila de Lima. There was, I saw it in the social media. There was one place he went. Nag-motorcade yata siya diyan po, no? And so she was passing ang motorcade niya po, no, ni Laila de Lima. People were shouting Duterte, Duterte. Very embarrassing yan po. Very embarrassing. And there are also talks, only talks, chismis lang ito po. Haka-haka lang ito po. Na from the looks of our incumbent president, si Bongbong Marcos, some are worried. Some people are worried about the physical appearance of Bongbong Marcos. And some doctors, they were saying he needs executive medical check-up po, no? Because baka may something bad he's feeling, no? He's feeling something not normal sa katawan niya po. So, worried na worried, syempre po. All Filipinos, you cannot blame if they feel worried about the health aspect of the president po, no? Dahil siyang presidente po, no? Presidential siya ng nation, and if something happens to him, then of course, mahirap na po. That's why very particular din ang constitution natin, ang Filipinos, ang nation po, na if there is a need for the president to update ang health aspect niya po to the public, then it is under the Constitution po na dapat po he has to make it public ang health condition ng presidente po o ni Bongbong Marcos. But let's all pray. Ako rin po, although I didn't like the way he managed the Philippines, but when it comes to this kind of aspects, I don't mind praying for his health, because whether I like it or not, he's the president of the Philippines. He is still my president. He's still my president. So, like me, I would like to appeal to all our countrymen, my countrymen po, both in the Philippines and also here in Malaysia. Please include our incumbent President Bongbong Marcos in your prayers. Because let's hope, let's pray that he is enjoying good health po. And kung sakali man po is not enjoying good health, then let's hope that whatever sickness he got, he will be cured as soon as possible. Speedy recovery po. That is my prayer to our incumbent president, si Bongbong Marcos. Bongbong Marcos. Alright, before I will conclude this episode, this episode April 7, NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico. This time around, I would like to share with you my last video clip for today, and it is about a report, foreign report about former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte about whether he can still be the mayor of Davao City after the midterm election. Nandito po. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. You hold on.
If you destroy my country, I will kill you. Make no doubt about it. If you destroy the generation of Filipinos coming up to replace us, I will kill you. Simple as that.
former president of the Philippines, known globally for his violent anti-drug campaign, is currently behind bars in The Hague. But that hasn't stopped him from launching a political comeback. Duterte has been held at the International Criminal Court for more than 3 weeks, facing charges of crimes against humanity for thousands of killings tied to his deadly war on drugs. Despite the gravity of these accusations, he remains a political force back home in the Philippines, and remarkably, he's running for mayor of Davao City in the upcoming 12th of May elections. Since his arrest on the 11th of March, Duterte's presence has been felt across the Philippines. Though not fiery speeches or campaign stops, but through massive rallies and public displays of support. His 80th birthday on the 28th of March turned into this nationwide show of loyalty. Thousands in his home city of Davao flooded the streets wearing green, which is the color of his political party, turning what should have been a personal milestone into a political spectacle. People bought cakes, banners, and life-size cardboard cutouts of the former president. A concert kept the momentum going until midnight. Similar scenes played out in other parts of Philippines and even outside the ICC detention center in the Netherlands. Even from a jail cell, Duterte still pulls a crowd. As mayor of Davao for over 2 decades, Duterte earned a reputation as a tough-on-crime leader. His supporters saw him as a man who cleaned up the streets and imposed order. His critics saw something much darker, a city where vigilante justice was normalized and poor suspects often ended up dead. The ICC accuses him of overseeing a so-called death squad in Davao, responsible for killing over 1,400 people between 1998 and 2015. During his presidency, human rights groups estimate that between 12,000 to 30,000 people were killed in the national drug war, mostly small-time users and dealers from impoverished neighborhoods. Despite the international outrage, Duterte remains hugely popular among large swaths of the Filipino public. Well, Duterte isn't the only one in his family making a run for office. His youngest son, Sebastian Baste Duterte, the current mayor of Davao, is stepping aside to run for vice mayor. Duterte's eldest son, Paulo, is running for district representative, and Paulo's son, Rodrigo II, is vying for a city council seat. Analysts say the plan is clear. Win the election, and if Duterte resigns post-victory, Sebastian returns as mayor. If Rodrigo II gets enough votes, he could end up as vice mayor. It's a carefully crafted chessboard aimed at keeping the Duterte dynasty alive in southern Philippines. Duterte's run is not just shaking up Davao, it's influencing national politics as well. His campaign has boosted candidates in Senate races, and even allies of current President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. have expressed support for the jailed former leader. That's a dramatic shift. Initially, Marcos had refused to cooperate with the ICC, but tensions with Duterte's daughter and the current Vice President Sara Duterte may have played a role in his later decision to change course. Sara allegedly threatened Marcos and his family, further escalating an already fractured political alliance. While the birthday rally buzzed with energy, questions remain. Can a man in custody truly return to political power? Is public support enough to overcome the weight of international legal proceedings? Speaking of her father, Sara Duterte said he yearns to return and serve Davao again, but in the same breath, she warned supporters that he may never return. Though for now, Duterte's name is still on the ballot, and in the Philippines, that still carries weight, even from behind the bars. For more updates on ICC case against Duterte and the situation in the Philippines, stay tuned to the official YouTube channel of the Indian Express.
Alright, that's it. You heard it. A news report from a foreign media outlet po, no? And of course, Tatay Digong is still a candidate for mayor come midterm election May 12 po, no? May 12 po. Let's see, after winning the election as a mayor of Davao City, then let's see what's next po. And Comelec, I suppose, will be making the official announcement on what's next. And nakita natin po, mayroon, I was really laughing po, no? Lumabas po dyan sa Davao ang isang survey, political survey po, saying that, mataas daw ang voting rating ni Nograles kaysa sa Duterte at si Tatay Digong, and I believe it is very impossible. Mayroon din yan silang pong result sa survey nila po. Si Bongbong Marcos, ang trust rating niya is 77%. Grabe, no? Well, just recently, I mentioned about ang survey. Publiko yata yan po, no? They were saying si Marcos, ang trust rating niya po is 14% lang. So, mayroon mga survey po lang, they do it po, no? But walang credibility yan po. So, but anyway, just leave it that way. Survey is always a survey. Depende lang yan po how you take the result of the survey po. Both ang mga botante, mga followers, and also the candidates po. It all depends on But the real survey will be on May 12th. May 12th this year po. Polling day. So, with this, I think that's all. Itong programa natin for April 7 is a Monday, starting first day of the week, working. And we hope that throughout the week, okay lang po ang trabaho ninyo. You will be enjoying, exciting, and you will have a fruitful working week this week po. For my brothers and sisters embracing the Roman Catholic faith, I would like to remind mga Kristiyano that on Sunday we are going to have our start of the Holy Week po. And let's make next week a very solemn Holy Week for all of us. So with this, once again, Senator Fabian would like to say, thank you very much for making me again a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.